Alright. Alright. It is Tuesday. No, it's not. It's Wednesday. I don't even know what day it is. It's not going to be a good one. Alright. So it's Wednesday. Hopefully you're watching this on Wednesday. Hopefully I can get this to you in time. What time is it now? It is 2:15. Hopefully I can get this up by 3 o'clock. That'll be my goal. So I better shut up and start doing this. So what are we looking at? We are looking at our food web construction activity, part 2. It's important. Don't turn in part 1. Say, there was a part 2? I didn't know. Well, you didn't watch my video, did you? So let's make sure we got part 2. All right, this is one, it's got energy needed. So if you look at yours, it doesn't have energy needed over here, you got part 1. All right, so make sure you got part 2. All right, good work. You got it. Fabulous. What are we doing? Well, we want to determine how many creatures, how many organisms we could have at a carrying capacity in a certain environment based on energy. So how many, pick a thing here, how many lizards, there's a drawing of a lizard tail, that's not bad. How many lizards can we get in this area if there's 200,000 units of food? All right, that's our question. What we want to do is how many of the things we can cram in there and feed if food is limited. And everything else is perfect. There's no predators, there's no disease, none of that nonsense. So what I asked you to do was fill out this food chain. And I didn't tell you how to fill it out. I didn't want everyone to just copy the same thing. I wanted you to think about it, maybe even pick some creatures that interested you. Now, I had the energy sheet on here. I might even try to load it up. You know what? I'm going to pause this baby. I'll be back in a second.
Oh, I see.
Hey, I think I'm back. All right, so what I did is I loaded this energy. Look at that. Probably looks really cool.
That's amazing.
Like floating in front of my face. I'm kind of transfixed by this right now. So you should have this, hopefully not floating in front of your face, but it should be next to you while you're going over this. So your goal was to take organisms from this list and get them into your food web. You can pick any ones you want, as long as it made reasonable sense. Okay, I'm not expecting anyone to be an expert on caribou, or an expert on bobcats, or Mr. Abling, what exactly does a beaver eat? Wood and meat. You know what? It says primary consumer. That's actually not really right. Beavers are, look at that, I found my own mistake. Remember we saw that picture of the beaver, like, want to eat your face? Yeah, they eat meat as well, so it doesn't matter. If you tell me their beaver eats just plants, I'm fine with that. I don't really care. I just want you to be able to do the ecology concepts that come with it. Maybe pick a creature that you like. Like if you're a big hippo fan, you get a hippo in there. I mean, who's not? No matter what you're doing, you can fill in this guy right here with the same thing. So no matter what you're picking, you can fill along right with me if you haven't already. That's plants. All food pyramids and webs need to start with some sort of producer. In this case, we're going to use plants. All right, maybe giant water lilies, if you want to be more specific. Then you got to figure out something's going to eat the plants. So it's like a cool one. I like to start small. That gives you more options later. If I start off with a giant one, it's a little tougher. So I'm going to pick snail. So snail is going to be my primary consumer. What's going to eat my snail? So I'm looking in this column, my meat eaters. Mr. Idling, snail's not meat. Oh, it is. What is it, a plant? You tell me a snail's a plant now? It's a leaf? No, snail is meat. It's just not very meaty. You know, I want to order. Actually, some people do order snail. You know, it's a delicacy. Anyway, let's say turtle. I don't want to do turtle. Pick one, Mr. Idling. All right, let's do garter snake. All right, let's try that. I want to dragonfly. I like dragonflies. Too bad I'm going to have them get eaten by something here in a second. Could die a horrible dragonfly death. All right, what am I going to have eat this dragonfly? I don't know why I'm asking you. You can't talk to me. I'm going to pick something that eats a dragonfly, maybe scorpion? Robin? Let's go scorpion. All right, scorpion. Now, don't turn in this food web. I don't want to see 20 of these tomorrow, all right? I don't want you to copy mine. So it's unlikely a lot of you would have gone plant, snail, dragonfly, scorpion. That seems pretty random. Now I need something to eat a scorpion. We saw meerkats eat scorpions, but I'm going to pick something different. Let's go with, I'm going to pick something really weird out there. I'm going to go with Wolverine. It's like a Wolverine taking down a scorpion. Then I know you copied mine. If you had snail, dragonfly, scorpion, Wolverine. Okay, that's like winning the lottery, getting two of those in the same place. All right, so there's my food chain. Now what I want to do is determine how much energy each one of these needs to live. So I'm just, for the sake of time, I'm just going to draw an arrow over here. So how many does my snail need? Probably not a lot, okay? If I made snail worth like more than a lion, that's a problem. Okay, so snail is not very big. They're cute and slimy. Where are you? What do I have here? Snail, you're 2. That makes sense. Snail needs 2. What does that mean? That means a snail needs 2 units of energy to live happily. Just like I said, that a kid needs 2 slices of pizza to be satisfied at a party. Snail needs 2 pieces of energy. What is a piece of energy? Well, it's food. It's like a calorie. Units of energy are like calories in a sense. All right, dragonfly. Dragonfly, you up? Of course, I didn't circle dragonfly. That's one I actually need to use. I circled every other stupid thing. Why did I circle hippo? Oh my gosh, I'm totally lost. Just, Mr. Adling, let's get it together here. We got to get this up by 3 o'clock. I know, I'm sorry. I'm just really, totally lost. All right, am I pausing it? Do I have to pause this thing? All right, I'm pausing it. I totally can't. All right, I found it. It was underneath rattlesnake. Just wouldn't have. That was like my snake section. I wasn't thinking that. 5. Scorpion. Okay, scorpion. I just saw you. Scorpion is 5. All right, that's about right. If I had to redo that, I'd probably make scorpion worth a little more than dragonfly. But what am I going to do? I'm not perfect. And I've got my Wolverine. I'm going to put down here. What does a Wolverine need? Wolverine needs, about 30? Would be my guess. 25, all right? Wolverine. Okay, so Wolverine needs 25 pieces of energy to live, whereas snail only needs 2. Obviously, Wolverine's bigger. It needs more energy. So it needs more to be happy. So I'll probably have a lower carrying capacity of dragonflies. All right, let's get this guy. Whoa. Let's go down there. Let's move you. Get off my screen. Whoa. I hate when it does that. Do you think this is really what I wanted you to do? Write that there? No, not at all. Sometimes it doesn't cooperate. It's like Microsoft Windows. Okay, food web for your 5 organisms. So I've got plants. It says web. Okay, so I wanted you to try to get a web in. So to get a perfect score, I would need to see some kind of web, not just a chain. Plants to snail to... I'll put D-fly. That's what we call them, D-flies. And what is my D-fly? My scorpion. That's an S, Mr. Abley. I don't know. Thank you. See, someone would point that out to me. I'm going to yell that tomorrow if I don't point it out. Who eats the scorpion? It's Wolverine. All right. So right now I have a food chain. How would I make this a food web? Well, I think if you read the directions, which... I don't think a lot of people do. Make sure you have at least 1 omnivore. So you should have 2 arrows going in your food chain. I don't care really what you pick as your omnivore, as long as it's not your primary consumer. Okay, so I'm not an expert on wolverines or scorpions. We're going to say scorpions are omnivores. So if I want to make a scorpion an omnivore, right now I got meat arrow coming at it. It's a good old meat arrow. And I need it to scorpion to eat some sort of plant. So obviously the only one here I have is plant. So to make an omnivore, I gotta do that. I got my plant arrow pointing at it. So my scorpion, it likes plants. I don't know what kind. I'm not an expert on scorpion diets. You should be, Mr. Abley. You're a teacher. I'll get on it. And dragonfly energy goes to scorpions. Right now I have a food web technically. How could I make this cooler? I could say that the Wolverine eats dragonflies. That doesn't sound too... You know what, though? I'm going to do this, too. I'm going to say let's see that. Let's say Wolverines also like dragonflies. I have no idea if that's accurate. So that's a food web. So I'm going to need to add a little more to it. So if you just gave me a food chain, that's probably like a B, right? But if you want an A, which you do, because you're watching this, and you love excellence, make me a web. All right, cool. All right, so front page is like a warm-up. The back page is our moneymaker. So let's get to the chase. All right, go to the next slide. All right. Am I recording? I am. I wanted to get a drink of water, so I'm pausing. All right, got my Mountain Dew, Diet Mountain Dew. You don't want that regular Mountain Dew with all that sugar, bad for your teeth and your blood sugar levels. But Anyway, all right, so the back, we're just kind of taking what we did on the front and kind of putting it into this chart. So before we do that, we need to do the 10% rule. So I was looking at people's papers, and this was pretty good. So this is 2 million units of energy made by the plants, okay? So that's all the energy that's in this system. So there's 2 million plants, or 2 million energy units, like our pizza slices, to go around for everything that lives in this food chain. But not all these pizza slices are going to make it up to the top. So we want to figure out how many go in each level. So it's 10%. This is how I normally do it. I just divide it by 10. So if it's 10%, it's like dividing something by 10. You get 200,000. Some of you might have caught on a little pattern here and just knocked off a 0 every time. 10% of 200,000, if I divide that by 10, I get 20,000. So I just knocked off another 0. All right, and you smart people are going to tell me what to write in. Good, 2,000. All right, and up here, the loan level is only 200. Now, that's essentially useless for our activity. We don't need to use this number. Mr. Eibling, why? We'll find out. Nothing's going to eat that, that's why. So my organism, you're just taking what you did over in the front, putting it right in here. Sometimes I see people do like they have one set of organisms on the front of the page, and the back they have a totally new set. Don't do that. It makes me really wonder what you're doing. Doesn't matter really what order you need to put these in. I'm going to go from bottom to top. So I've got my, I recommend doing this. Not grading you to have this, but it helps you figure out what you need to do. So at this level, I've got my snails. What a tasty food chain you made, Mr. Eibling. Snails, dragonflies, yum. Oh, even better, scorpions. And, what ate my scorpion? Wolverine. Okay, so that lets me know where they're at. It's going to help me fill out this right here. Booyah. Organism, snail. I'm going to abbreviate here because I did it on the front. How much energy does a snail need? Okay, I did this. 2. I'm just going to do this column all first. I had my dragonfly was 5, scorpion was 5, and Wolverine was 25. So what I don't want you to do, don't do this, this is why a lot of people don't know how to do math. Is I had a lot of students come up to me and say, okay, so I just divide that by that and that's what I get? And I'm like, well, yeah, but why are you doing that? I don't know, but I know if I divide that by that, that's the answer. Yeah, but there's a reason that you don't understand math. It's because you're programming your brain to do something you don't even know what you're doing. If you understand the concept of why you're doing it, you don't have to memorize anything. Your brain will tell you what to do. That's pretty cool when it does that. So, what is the energy needed like? It's like slices per kid, right? In our pizza party example, slices per kid. We all did this so easily. Most of us did it so easily in class when I made it about pizza. Okay, you guys all said 10 kids on that one example. Energy available. It's the pizza slices. It's just changing the word pizza to energy. So it'd be like saying pizza available. All right, that's not a V. There we go, Mr. I. Carrying capacity is how many of these I can feed with this amount of pizza. Oh, keep going back to pizza, but it works. Okay, that is basically energy available, so EA, which is this column, divided by energy needed. Okay, so if I have 20 slices of pizza and each kid needs 4 slices, I can feed 5 kids. You probably even did that in your head before I even told you. Snail. Now here's where I told you don't get tripped up. All right. So snails, where are they? Snails are right here, right where my little laser pointer thing is, with a cool little guy. There are 200,000 units of energy in the snails. Snails don't eat each other for their food source. What do snails eat? Well, according to this, snails eat the plants. So there are 2 million units of energy available to snails. So I'm just going to put 2 mil. It's really hard to write million in, like in a small box with this stylus. It's really tricky. Okay, and I have one snail needs 2 units of energy. I have a total of 2 million units of energy. So if I had 2 million slices of pizza, and each snail needs 2 slices, how many snails can I feed? First of all, a snail eating 2 slices of pizza, that would be disgusting. Okay, it'd be the fattest snail ever. So how do we do this? I take 2 million, that's my slices, divided by how many each snail is going to eat, which is 2. And that works out to be easy math. I get 2 million divided by 2. Okay, you can do that. Little simplify, and I get 1 million. 1 million snails. A little Austin Powers there for you. I don't know if you've caught that one. You might be too old for that, but anyway. All right, dragonfly. Dragonfly. Same thing. Dragonflies need 5, though. They're a little hungrier, so you're not going to be able to feed as many dragonflies. Also, we are right here now. All right, so we are right here at this level. So where do they feed off of? They feed below it. They feed on snails. There are 200,000, 200K, because I just can't fit 200,000 in that box. There are 200,000 units of energy for dragonflies. So now I just take 200,000 divided by 5, and I get 40,000. I can't fit them in the box. I apologize. I just don't. This is not a very fine precision tool that I'm using. That doesn't mean you should just write on. See, I just wrote on like that chair. See, that's the chair. I just wrote on the chair. Yep, I know. I'm sorry about that. So now we want to do scorpions. It's getting kind of messy over here too. I should probably do some erasing. Magic eraser is not magically erasing. Erase. Nope. I'm trying. You can probably see me frantically trying to erase, and nothing's happening. We'll roll with it. Scorpions are these guys. I'm gonna use a different color though. How about I go green? Yay! Here's my scorpions. Oop, scorpions. They feed on dragonflies. How many units of energy are stored in dragonflies? 20,000. 20K. So I just divide 20K by 5, and I'm gonna get 4,000 scorpions. That's a horrible thought. Hopefully they're not all at one place and you walk into that. I've never seen a scorpion in real life, like out in the wild. I'd probably be pretty scared, to be honest. Wolverines. Wolverines are right here. Okay? And they eat scorpions. So luckily, we're going to be able to get rid of some scorpions. But actually, I'd probably rather into a scorpion than a wolverine. I'm pretty angry. There are 2,000 units of energy available to wolverines. So they don't have a lot. There's not a lot of food for wolverines. So that is really going to limit our carrying capacity of wolverines. So 2,000 divided by 25, and you can use a calculator. You get good at math, you can kind of do it in your head. So how do I do it? There's 4 and 100, and there's 20 of them. So I would probably say there would be 8,000. Maybe I'm just drawing a blank here. Sorry, 100K is 4, and then 20. It's going to be 2,000. Is that right? You know, it's hard to me to do math and do this thing. Hold on, let me pause it. Gosh, I totally lost my mind. I apologize. I knew 8,000. That was right. It's 80. Okay, 80. So 2,000 divided by 25 is 80. It's been a long day. Been a long day. So here are here are my numbers. I got 80 wolverines. Where are these things? 4,000 scorpions, 40,000 dragonflies, and 2 million snails. Okay, those are my carrying capacity. From here, we're just putting it into a graph. Okay, just like I did in the video the other day. Only this time we know the carrying capacities. So now I'm just gonna do this over here. So if you could probably check out, if you know how to graph it, you can check out. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. But if you want to help with the graph, I can do it. So I'm going to do my snails, D-flies, scorpions, and wolverines. Yep. What a great food chain I made. Carrying capacity. I had snails, 2 million. Okay. We're going to have scale issues. I can see that already. Dragonflies are 40,000. So you're going to get some massive scale issues for some of you. And I'm going to have to figure out how I want to do my scale. But I'm not going to be too fussy about it. Scorpions, I've got 4,000. And wolverines, I got 80. All right, so I'm going to make, which one I make the yellow? I'll make this one the green. And you're going to be red. And you're going to be blue. And what other cool? What color do you want? You know, I get orange. It's my favorite color. All right. I want a bright orange though. I don't like that. That's all right. We'll use that. Yeah, we'll use that. No problem. What did I come up with here? All right. All right. So now we got to graph it. I don't need perfect graphs. We're going to have scale problems. So you're going to have to show 80. I'd have to show 80. And I'd have to show 2 million on the same graph. That's really, really hard. So how I would do it, I'd have to come up with a scale. Let's see. That's not going to work. 10,000, 20. You're going to need a big number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 million. So each one's going to be like 100,000. So we'll say this is like 100,000. We'll say 50,000. How's that? And I'll just make it up. So here's 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000. I'm going to make my graph even bigger. Okay, 2 million is going to be up here. I apologize for that if you got big numbers. Okay, so you had ants, you're going to have, wait a second, it's not 2 million, it's 1 million. Yeah, it can't be. I was going to say, if you have ants, we have 2 million, but I should only have 1 million. I just couldn't even read it up there. That makes it a little easier, actually. 100,000, perfect. So I got 1 million. All right, so let's get rid of these tiny little wolf population. 80, these are years, by the way. Or you could just time. You can say time. I just use years. Doesn't really matter. Your carrying capacity of wolves is going to be really low. Right? That's the wrong. Yeah, it's the right color. Okay, so it doesn't have to be just right. It's going to be hard to see 80. It's just going to be tough with the graph that I have loaded. So we're going to have that same problem. Don't worry about being super exact. Okay, I just want to make sure you have the idea. I'm not like a stickler on details. I'm a stickler on brain activity. SC, that was Scorpion. I got 4,000. It's going to be a little higher, but still kind of low on this graph, sadly. So I need to use a scale. All right, it's about 4,000. Carrying capacity. This carrying capacity is a straight line. You could make your population grow and then level off. Doesn't really bother me as long as it averages out to about what you got. And then our 40,000 dragonflies, which is blue. I got to get blue loaded up. And still lower. The 100,000 is right here. Okay, so still lower than that. 25. It's right about, let's say right about there. Okay. And now we're going to have this big thing of snails. It's going to be crazy. So snails are going to be way up here. And then snails is orange. And 1 million. So a lot of snails. Why am I making it curved? Well, it's unrealistic that every year I'm going to have the exact same number. Okay? I'm not going to have the exact same number. You're going to get fluctuations. There might have a lot of rain, might have had a drought. There might have been some more predators. There's going to be fluctuation. You want to look at that average. Okay, so like right there is like the carrying capacity line. If I had to draw a line through the carrying capacity. Folks, I believe that's it. Is that the end of this puppy? That is. So the hardest part was probably doing this. So I still think some people are going to be not totally good on this. That's okay. That's what I'm here for. I will not stop until if you want to learn it, I will not stop until you do. I'll keep doing whatever I have to do. So hopefully this helped. About to put it on YouTube, so I'll shut my mouth so I can load it up because you're not actually watching this right now. If I talked forever, you would never watch it because it would never be on YouTube. So why am I still talking? Alrighty, I'll let you guys do all the talking tomorrow. I had enough talking today. Alright, I'm going to do some more cool YouTube videos for you guys tomorrow. Alright, peace out, y'all.